The secret Daniel knew that is still shocking to many. This is one of the most fascinating and inspiring stories in the Bible, the incredible story of Daniel and the secret of his success. It's a story of faith, wisdom, and unwavering dedication to God in the face of incredible challenges. Daniel's life reveals secrets that can guide us in our own journeys of faith and purpose. Before we dive into this extraordinary story, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to click on the notification bell icon to get more updates. Our story begins in the ancient kingdom of Judah, where a young man named Daniel is living during a tumultuous time. The Babylonians under King Nebuchadnezzar conquer Judah and take many of its young, promising people into exile. Daniel, likely a teenager, is among these captives. Stripped from his homeland and thrust into a foreign culture, Daniel faces a critical choice. Will he conform to the ways of Babylon, or will he remain faithful to God? When Daniel arrives in Babylon, he is selected to serve in the king's palace. He is offered the best food and wine from the king's table. However, these provisions have been dedicated to Babylonian gods, and eating them would compromise Daniel's faith. Daniel resolves not to defile himself and requests permission to eat only vegetables and drink water. The Babylonians thought he was mad. They thought he would malnourish. But his faith is met with favor, and God grants him and his friends excellent health, even surpassing those who ate the royal food. This early decision reveals a key secret to Daniel's success: a resolute commitment to God's principles. Even in small matters, Daniel's unwavering integrity sets the foundation for greater victories to come. And indeed, there will be many more victories to God. Please keep watching. Daniel's faithfulness did not go unnoticed. God blesses him and his friends with knowledge and understanding, and Daniel is given a special gift: the ability to interpret dreams and visions. This divine wisdom becomes crucial as the story unfolds. King Nebuchadnezzar had a disturbing dream that none of his wise men can interpret. In anger, he orders all the wise men of Babylon to be executed, including Daniel and his friends. But Daniel, with bold faith, asks the king for time to seek God's guidance. That night, God reveals the dream and its meaning to Daniel in a vision. Daniel's response is one of humility and praise. Praise be to the name of God forever and ever. Wisdom and power are his. He changes times and seasons. He deposes kings and raises up others. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. When Daniel presents the dream and its interpretation to Nebuchadnezzar, the king is astonished. He acknowledges the greatness of Daniel's God, and Daniel is promoted to a high position in the kingdom. Here we see another secret of Daniel's success: reliance on God's wisdom and giving him the glory. The fiery furnace and the three believers. Although this story primarily centers on Daniel, it's impossible to ignore his close companions: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When Nebuchadnezzar sets up a massive golden statue and commands everyone to worship it, these three refuse. Their bold defiance lands them in a fiery furnace, but God delivers them miraculously, walking with them in the fire and preserving their lives. This event reinforces a critical truth about Daniel and his friends. They prioritize their faith over their safety. They trust God to deliver them, but are prepared to remain faithful even if he does not. The writing on the wall. Years later, during the reign of King Belshazzar, Daniel's wisdom is called upon again. At a feast, Belshazzar desecrates sacred vessels from the temple in Jerusalem, using them to praise false gods. Suddenly, a mysterious hand appears and writes words on the wall. Terrified, the king seeks someone to interpret the message. Daniel, now an older man, is summoned. With courage and clarity, Daniel deciphers the writing: Mene, Mene, Tekel, Parsin. God has numbered the days of Belshazzar's reign, weighed him on the scales, and found him wanting. That very night, Belshazzar's kingdom falls to the Medes and Persians. Daniel's willingness to speak the truth, even to powerful rulers, highlights another secret of his success: fearlessness in delivering God's message. Daniel in the lion's den. Perhaps the most famous episode in Daniel's life comes during the reign of Darius the Mede. Daniel's exceptional character and competence earn him a prominent position in the kingdom, but this provokes jealousy among other officials. They conspire to trap Daniel by targeting his faith. They convince the king to issue a decree that anyone who prays to any god or human other than the king will be thrown into a den of lions. Daniel's response is striking. Knowing the decree, he continues his practice of praying to God 3 times a day, openly and without fear. When he is thrown into the lion's den, God sends an angel to shut the mouths of the lions, preserving Daniel's life. Darius, amazed by this miracle, decrees that everyone in his kingdom must honor the God of Daniel. This episode reveals perhaps the greatest secret of Daniel's success: faithful prayer and trust in God's deliverance. Daniel's relationship with God is his source of strength, courage, and wisdom. The incredible story of Daniel is packed with lessons for us today. Here are some key takeaways. Integrity in small matters. Daniel's faithfulness in small decisions, like refusing the king's food, prepared him for greater challenges. Reliance on God's wisdom. Whether interpreting dreams or facing life-threatening situations, Daniel consistently sought God's guidance and gave him the glory. Boldness in faith. From the fiery furnace to the lion's den, Daniel and his friends stood firm in their faith, trusting God's plan no matter the outcome. Consistent prayer. Life. Daniel's habit of praying 3 times a day sustained him through every trial and kept his relationship with God strong. Courage to speak the truth. Whether addressing kings or interpreting divine messages, Daniel spoke with honesty and courage, no matter the consequences. Daniel's success was not rooted in his intelligence, his status, or even his miraculous deliverances. The true secret was his unwavering commitment to God. Daniel trusted God completely, honored him in every aspect of his life, and remained faithful no matter the cost. His life reminds us that true success comes not from worldly achievements, but from living in alignment with God's will. As we reflect on Daniel's story, let us be inspired by his faith, courage, and integrity. May we strive to live lives of unwavering commitment to God, knowing that he is faithful to those who honor him. The incredible story of Daniel is not just a tale of ancient times, it is a timeless example of what it means to live a life of true success, a success rooted in faith and trust in the one who holds all wisdom and power. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to click on the bell notification icon to receive updates on new videos from this channel. Like and share this video. May Daniel's life inspire you to stand firm in your faith, seek God's wisdom, and trust him in every challenge you face. God bless you. Amen.